tonight. This is the part of the program where we do a little bit of recognition. So I'd like to, first of all, thank everybody that had a part in decorating this beautiful auditorium and the commons that you will see later this evening at the end of the concert. That's Alexis Murphy and the decorating crew. So please thank Alexis and all the moms and dads that helped. I'd like to also thank the students. We had a handful of students who came out throughout the week and helped do the hanging of the lights and the decorations. And they are Gabe Dupuy, Hunter Richardson, Trip Haydad, Hayes Martin, and Braden Bent. All of these young men gave up their off periods and their lunch periods to come help decorate the lights. A special thank to the man in the booth. Most of you know him already, but I can't thank him enough for what he does for the band, for me, and every time we are in this auditorium putting something together, he always amazes me with what he throws together. So if everybody could turn around and just give DJ Galliano a big round of thank you. It's amazing. I said, DJ, let's do this year, and he says, yes, but let's also do this. So it's really cool, and he's great to work with, and none of this would be happening without DJ. So I'd like to thank a few other people. Tonight is a celebration of Christmas, and we're excited about the beginning of the Christmas season, but it's also sort of the culmination of our marching season, which started back in July. So I really want to thank a lot of people who were instrumental, no pun intended, in taking us from where we started in July to where we ended at the end of October very successfully. So I'd like to thank some people who were really, really important to us, and please help me in thanking them. First of all, I'd like to thank our executive board. These guys started with me over the summer, and we got together many times, and I can't tell you how much work goes into what we do. So I need to thank them, and please help me in thanking them. Frank Nata, Keith Kavanaugh, Lou Richardson, and Paul Fine. Please thank them. I'd like to thank our bus drivers who have taken us not only back and forth to band camp, but to every football game, and also the festivals that we competed in. So those gentlemen are Mr. Greg Kessler, Mr. Frank Nata, and DJ Galliano up in the booth. So please thank these guys. I know it's exciting as it might sound, transporting 130 teenagers back and forth to a football stadium every weekend. It's not that glamorous, and these guys, they really go out of their way to help with that, so thanks. I'd like to thank our food committee, Mr. Doug and Mrs. Dana Schaff. Not only did they pick up, order, and get food to your sons and daughters, but they also cooked multiple meals, especially when the Germans were in town. So we had not only our group, but about 40 Germans in town, and they cooked. And I can't thank them enough. So Doug and Dana, please, thank you. Stand up. Thanks. Our uniform committee, I'd like to thank Kathleen and Eddie Hebert. They come to every game before we get on the bus. They look at your sons. They make sure their pants are hemmed. They make sure their shoes are all set. And we couldn't do it without them. So I'd like to have Kathleen and Eddie stand up and be acknowledged also. Thank you. Bunch of guys that get here every Friday, way before anybody else, pull the trailer in, open it up, and say, let's start loading. So much equipment has to be transported back and forth to the stadium. We couldn't do it without these guys. So I want you to help me recognize them for all of the time and energy they put in throughout the football season and marching season. So Mr. Lou Richardson, Keith Kavanaugh, Steve Walker, Greg Dobson, John Gilmore, Sully Custodio, Ryan Truxillo, Ryan Foster, Abraham Asgar, and Terry Mayer. So if you guys are just coming up. Also, special thanks to somebody who year in and year out has been sort of our lighting guy, our photography guy, I can't tell you how much time and effort he's put into lighting the uniforms and helping me light the pyramids and design all this. So he's there videotaping, he's there taking pictures. So Terry Mayer, please stand up and let's thank you for everything you've done. Oh, Terry's in the booth, so thank you, Terry. All right, I would finally like to thank all the moms and dads who, on the drop of a hat, said there's nothing that they would enjoy more on a Monday night in October than coming and lugging 11 big white pyramids and setting them up on a practice field. So, yeah, I don't have everybody's name who helped do that, but please know how much we appreciate that. Please know how awesome they looked on the field, and please know how amazing you were in stepping up on that quick phone call and request, and it really went a long way in making this show look like it did. So thanks to all the parents who were part of that. Now I'd like to move to some student recognition very quickly. We had 3 young men make All-State this year. It's quite an accomplishment. They have to audition at a local level, and then they have to go to a statewide level and audition there as well. And we had 3 young men did very well, so I'd like to recognize them. Making the concert band on clarinet, Mr. William Mintz. Making the symphonic band on flute, Mr. Matthew Wong. And making the orchestra back there on piano, but made it on trumpet because he's an all-state trumpet player, Mr. Christopher Wong. One more quick bit of recognition. To say that the show that we did this year was a little ambitious would be an understatement. You know, every year I approach these guys and I throw something at them and I say, this is what we're doing this year. I know it looks totally different and it is totally unlike anything we've done in the past, but you're going to love it. And ultimately they embrace it, they step up to the challenge, and this was a really, really difficult show. And leading them this year and receiving superior ratings as our drum major was Mr. William Mintz. So William, please stand. Finally, none of what you hear and see would not be possible with all of these guys on stage. They went to camp, they worked hard, I extended practice a little bit. We lost an entire month of rehearsals because of weather this year. It's never happened in my 27 years here that we lost an entire month of rehearsal, but we did. They didn't let it stop them. We scheduled another rehearsal, we stepped up, they said, let's do it, and they did it. They received straight superior ratings from all of the judges at Marching Festival. So I'm going to have these guys stand and please help me in recognizing and applauding their accomplishments. It's quite a group. Concert band has one more song we'd like to do for you, and then we will do a quick changeover. I think we are going to actually have a video of our marching performance or field show playing while we do the transition. So I ask that you just kind of hang tight after the concert band finishes this portion of the program, and we'll do the changeover, and then the jazz band will be right back as soon as we can. So thanks again for coming to this, what's become one of our greatest nights of the year, our annual Christmas concert, and we'd like to carry on with our last concert band piece of the night, Christmas Eve in Sarajevo, 12.